Attacks the low leg. Oh! Straight right hand!
Hackett trying to recover, trying to pull this into a grappling range. Now she's going to be open to knees.
Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind. Oh, knees!
There's a dangerous trap in combat sports that catches fighters every single time, underestimating your opponent. You can acknowledge their record, give them the obligatory respect, but if deep down you don't truly believe they're a threat, the cage has a brutal way of teaching you otherwise. Chelsea Hackett walked into PFL 4 on June 13, 2024, in Uncasville, Connecticut, and learned this lesson in the most painful way possible. The American fighter had been vocal in the lead-up to her showdown with Dakota Ditcheva.
Yeah, look, it's just another fight for me, to be honest. If anything, I'm more excited, more hungry to get the win. But yeah, you know, like, props to her. She's undefeated. She's stopped 90% of her opponents. So you know, people can say what they want, but she's backed it up until now.
If PFL aren't looking, then I'll probably say I hate it. But it comes with the job, you know. This is how I'm gonna, you know, build my brand and become a superstar, I suppose, along with the fighting as well, which is most important. But yeah, I've kind of just gotta go with the flow.
Not disrespectful, but confident. Maybe too confident. She talked about Dakota's undefeated record, acknowledged that the British star had stopped 90% of her opponents, but there was something in her demeanor that screamed, "I've got this." She saw Dakota as just another step on her journey to stardom, another fight to build her brand, another opponent to overcome on her way to becoming a household name. What Chelsea Hackett didn't realize was that Dakota Ditcheva doesn't care about anyone's career plans. And when that cage door locked, reality hit harder than any punch Chelsea had ever felt. Before we dive into this absolute clinic of dominance, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. This is exclusive breakdown content you won't find anywhere else, and if you want to stay ahead with the best fight analysis in the game, you need to be subscribed. Don't miss what's coming next.
Oh! Straight right hand!
Lifted to now once again have these big opportunities again?
Oh, it's like life-changing. Like, for someone that, like, I'm a true competitor, and I just want to fight. I just constantly want to fight. So the 3 years that I had of no activity, and that came from, you know, like, where I'm based in Australia. So a lot of that was coming off my Dana White's Contender Series fight. I was getting no fights. It's such a small, shallow pool of women in Australia to start with. So I wasn't getting matched. I was constantly in the gym trying to get better, obviously, like, get better at jiu-jitsu, get better at wrestling, and just get better while being inactive in the cage. And like, there was times mentally where I was like, I don't know how much longer I have to wait for an opportunity to show the world again, and to, like, just show myself as well. Like, no, you were born to do this.
In the days before the fight, Chelsea Hackett spoke with the kind of casual confidence that only comes from someone who hasn't fully grasped what they're about to face. "Honestly, it's just another fight for me," she said during media obligations. "I'm excited. I'm hungry for the win. Props to her. She's undefeated. She's finished almost everyone she's faced. People can say what they want, but she's backed it up until now." The energy in the arena was electric. An American crowd always rallies behind their own, and there was genuine curiosity about whether Hackett could pull off the upset. Dakota had been destroying everyone in her path, but this was a different level of competition, a fighter with legitimate credentials and the kind of toughness forged in high-level battles. When the fighters touched gloves and the referee signaled the start of round 1, the questions were about to be answered in the most definitive way possible. From the moment the action began, you could see two completely different fighters in terms of composure and intent. Both women came out throwing kicks, establishing their range and testing reactions. But while Chelsea looked focused and ready, Dakota looked almost relaxed. Her movements were smooth, calculated, efficient. Every step served a purpose. Every feint was designed to gather information. Chelsea tried to match Dakota's pace, circling and looking for openings. But less than 30 seconds into the fight, the difference in levels became apparent. Dakota landed a sharp low kick that buckled Chelsea's lead leg. Before the American fighter could fully reset, Dakota saw her opening and exploded.
Inside of 2 minutes now in round number 1. Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva and Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal.
Oh, nasty
Those knees
combination.
really hurt her.
And the body work, and that'll do it. Dakota Ditcheva with a quick six. You okay? And clinches the #1 seed.
The outside, and then here's the finishing flurry. Bam, body shot right to the solar plexus.
Yep.
Oh, that would steal your soul.
The combination came lightning fast. A quick jab to occupy Chelsea's vision, a cross to follow up, and then a perfectly timed, straight right hand that crashed through whatever defense was there. The punch landed clean on the button, and Chelsea's legs betrayed her immediately. She dropped to the canvas hard, the confidence from the pre-fight interviews evaporating in a single devastating moment. Credit to Chelsea's toughness and fight IQ, though. Even wobbled and hurt, she didn't freeze. Her survival instincts kicked in immediately. She scrambled to her feet and forced her way into a clinch against the cage, using the fence to stay upright and trying desperately to slow down the fight. If you're hurt, tie up your opponent. Buy time. Let your head clear. It's a fundamental survival tactic, and Chelsea executed it perfectly under duress. But here's the problem when you're fighting someone like Dakota Ditcheva. She's dangerous everywhere. The clinch isn't a safe haven. It's just another place for her to inflict damage. Chelsea immediately started working for a takedown, trying to drag Dakota to the mat where she could maybe change the complexion of the fight and buy herself more recovery time. But Dakota's defensive grappling was solid. She defended the takedown attempts without panic, maintained her base, and worked her way back to the center of the cage. The moment Dakota created separation, she went right back on the offensive. And this is where the fight turned from competitive to completely one-sided. If you're getting insane value from this technical breakdown, do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button right now. We're bringing you the deepest fight analysis on YouTube, breaking down the techniques and strategies that casual fans miss. Subscribe so you never miss the next one. Dakota unleashed absolute destruction. She began firing knees to the body with bad intentions, not one or two for show, but a sustained, brutal assault. Each knee crashed into Chelsea's midsection with force that visibly took something away. Body shots are the great equalizer in combat sports. They drain your gas tank, they make it hard to breathe, they accumulate damage that compounds with every additional strike. Chelsea was trapped against the fence with nowhere to go. Dakota mixed in sharp punches to the head between the body knees, giving Chelsea no pattern to predict, no rhythm to time a counter. Every time Chelsea tried to circle away, Dakota cut off the angle. Every time Chelsea tried to clinch up, Dakota shrugged it off and continued punishing the body. The strikes were coming in volume now, and Chelsea had stopped mounting any meaningful offense. She was in pure survival mode, covering up, trying to weather the storm, hoping for a break that wasn't coming. Dakota was methodical and relentless, landing clean shots while barely getting touched in return. The referee had seen enough. Chelsea could no longer intelligently defend herself. Her hands were dropping, and continuing the fight would only result in unnecessary punishment. He stepped in and waved it off, giving Dakota Ditcheva another dominant first-round TKO victory. Total elapsed time? Under 3 minutes. The entire fight, from the opening bell to the final stoppage, lasted less time than Chelsea had probably spent talking about how this was going to be just another step in her career. When Dakota's hand was raised, the statement was undeniable. This wasn't a prospect being carefully protected by matchmaking. This wasn't a fighter padded with favorable opponents. This was a legitimate, dangerous, elite-level talent, destroying everyone put in front of her. The crowd's reaction was a mix of shock and awe. Even the American fans, who had been hoping for an upset, couldn't deny what they'd just witnessed. Dakota's striking was world-class, her composure was championship level, and her finishing instinct was absolutely ruthless. She had controlled every aspect of the fight, taken minimal damage, and made a tough, experienced opponent look completely outclassed. For Chelsea Hackett, it was a humbling night. She came in talking about brand building and career trajectory. She left with a brutal loss and the realization that some fighters are just operating on a different level. It's not a knock on Chelsea's skills or toughness. She showed heart by surviving as long as she did and trying to fight back. But when you're in there with someone like Dakota, heart alone isn't enough. This victory locked in Dakota's spot in the PFL playoffs and kept her perfect record intact. More importantly, it sent shockwaves through the entire flyweight division. Every fighter watching knew that Dakota wasn't just hype. She was the real deal, and anyone thinking they could waltz in and dethrone her needed to think again. Let's break down the technical brilliance of what Dakota did in this fight, because it wasn't just athleticism or power. It was skill, preparation, and fight IQ executing at the highest level. That opening combination that dropped Chelsea wasn't a lucky punch. Dakota set it up beautifully. The low kick served multiple purposes. It tested Chelsea's reaction, it occupied her attention, and it compromised her base. When Chelsea's weight shifted to check or recover from the kick, Dakota exploded forward with perfect timing. The combination was clean, fast, and most importantly, committed. There was no hesitation, no second guessing. When Dakota saw the opening, she attacked it with full conviction. After dropping Chelsea, lesser fighters might have gotten overeager and made mistakes trying to jump on a hurt opponent. Dakota stayed composed. When Chelsea forced the clinch, Dakota didn't panic or waste energy trying to blast her way free. She defended intelligently, maintained her balance, and worked her way back to a position where she could strike effectively. The body attack was systematic and brutal. Dakota wasn't headhunting looking for one big knockout blow. She was breaking down Chelsea's structure, attacking the body to drain energy and make breathing difficult. Those knees were perfectly placed, landing with force in areas that maximized damage. By the time Dakota started mixing in head punches, Chelsea was already compromised from the bodywork. Every phase of this fight showed a fighter with a clear game plan, the skills to execute it, and the composure to adjust on the fly. That's what separates good fighters from great ones. This demolition of Chelsea Hackett was just another chapter in Dakota Ditcheva's remarkable rise. Let's put her accomplishments in context. She's undefeated across her entire professional career. She's finished the vast majority of her opponents, and she's done it against progressively tougher competition. This isn't a fighter cherry-picking easy matchups. She's taking on whoever the promotion puts in front of her and making them look levels below. Dakota's physical attributes give her advantages. She's tall for flyweight with excellent reach, which allows her to control distance and land strikes while staying safe. But plenty of fighters have physical gifts and never reach this level. What makes Dakota special is how she uses those gifts. Her Muay Thai background gives her technical precision and an understanding of how to generate power from various positions. Her clinch work is dangerous, her knees are devastating, and her ability to mix up attacks keeps opponents guessing. Perhaps most impressive is her finishing instinct. Dakota doesn't coast when she has an opponent hurt. She doesn't try to play it safe and accumulate points. When she smells blood, she attacks with everything she has until the referee stops it. That's the mentality of a champion. And it's a big reason why she's become such a must-watch fighter. The fight world took notice after this performance. Dakota wasn't just another prospect anymore. She was a serious problem for anyone in the division, and her trajectory was pointing toward championship gold and potentially even bigger opportunities down the line. Chelsea Hackett's pre-fight confidence wasn't baseless. She's a legitimate fighter with real skills. But in combat sports, believing you can win isn't enough. You have to actually be able to execute when the moment arrives. And on this night, there was a massive gap between belief and reality. Dakota Ditcheva walked into that cage as the favorite and walked out having exceeded even the highest expectations. She made a statement that echoed through the entire sport. The hype is justified, the skills are real, and anyone thinking they're going to be the one to beat her better come with more than just confidence. Sometimes in fighting, you need to be humbled to grow. Chelsea learned a hard lesson on June 13, 2024. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just another fight. She's not just another opponent on your road to stardom. She's an elite-level fighter who will punish any mistake, exploit any weakness, and finish you if you give her the slightest opening. The cage door closed. The fight happened. And when it was over, there was no doubt who the better fighter was that night. Dakota Ditcheva proved once again that she belongs at the top of the division, and she did it in devastating fashion. If this breakdown opened your eyes to just how special Dakota Ditcheva really is, show some love by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. We're constantly dropping the best MMA analysis, fight breakdowns, and combat sports content on YouTube. The next video might be even more intense than this one, and you definitely don't want to miss it. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.